So, hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. In the previous video, we were working on this task management application that you can see right here. Like we have created some of the functionalities in this, and let's do what. Let me show you what we have done so far. But it's like we have created a lot of tasks and all, right? It was looking pretty good as of now, but we have to move forward and we have to create more sorts of functionalities and features in that. So we have to check that out, right? So without wasting time, let's begin. It's gonna take some time to load it actually. It's just the emulator takes little time to run in, right? If I click on start debugging and it will run. Oh yeah, see. It's almost about to run like this. So tasks is done. Main function was the here, right? And also a lot of things are done. Let me just, give me a little second to let it roll. Till that time, I'll just make sure you understand that we have created four components in which there is a task model, homepage, profile, custom text, constant premium, and tasks and all right. We have to create that settings functions and well as well, and what exactly it should do when settings should hit up, right? We have to make sure that we have done that or not. Okay, so it's taking some time to load. Yeah, you can see as of now, it's looking like this. This is what we have created so far, right? This is the person page, and this is the yeah. So profile page is also left, and we have to create this settings button. Like as soon as I'm clicking over here, nothing is happening. But technically, in the real, it should click, right? It should go all the way till this new one, and it should, click while I'm clicking on settings, and settings should run, in which we will be having 4 to 5 options like kind of help and all these, right? I'm showing you how the settings will look exactly like this. See, you can see settings contact us page, then right inside contacts settings page, then right in the settings help out, then right in the quit. If I click on quit, gone, right? So this is yeah what we are going to create. So let it run as of now. If you saw a pattern, you might have seen that we were having quite similar kind of, functions in that, quite similar looking profiles. So what I'm going to do here is firstly, I'll come up here and let's quickly start, assembling that components. Okay, so inside this components, I'll quickly come here and I'll create a file and I'll name it as what? Upper underscore header. Okay, so upper header dot dot. Like this, I'm going to create upper header dot dot. So this will be having the upper header for the file. Okay. So I'll just import package flutter material dot dot like this. Okay. So material dot dot has been imported. Then I'm going to import custom text. Okay. So custom text should also be imported. Now what I have to do here is I have to create a widget. Okay. So I'll write widget, which is name is upper header. Upper header. And it has what? It has a string, and string will be text. Then it will be having a build context, which will be saying context, and it will be having a boolean, which will be having is icon. Okay, so I have to declare firstly that what is it is icon. That's it. Now after writing this, I'll say required widget.page like that I can ask. But as of now, yeah, let's do one thing. Let's add on a required as well. What will we be required? So we will be required as widget page. Okay, so widget page. So widget page also is required. Yeah. So this is what it's going to look like. Now inside this upper header, what we are going to do here is we are going to first of all declare a variable, that is variable he height. Okay, that height will be media query dot off context dot size dot height. Okay, so media query dot off context dot size dot height. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. Then I'm going to return. Firstly, I'll give on a padding over here. Okay, so padding will be edge insets dot top say 0.3 something. Okay, now after this, I'm going to write child. Now inside the child, we are going to create a row because that is what it will be all about. Obviously, right? We just need a single row over here. So yeah, we are going to create a row, and inside the row, we will be having children. Inside the children, there will be gesture detector. Okay, and what I'm going to write on tap. On tap, inside on tap, I'm going to create something. Okay, so this is what I'm going to write. Just make sure it's navigator dot push. Okay, so navigator dot push, and inside the push, I'm going to write context as build context. So we are using the context as a build context. Okay, build context, and inside the root, I'm going to write material page root, and inside the material page root, I'm going to write something else. Okay, so inside the material page root, I'm going to write context and page. So whatever will be this particular page over here, this page, whenever we will specify using this widget, this page will be redirected. Understood? Yeah, this is a gesture detector. Now inside this gesture detector, I'm going to write child, and inside the child, I'm going to write an icon that will be holding this gesture detector inside it, right? So I'm going to write like icon dot arrow, so dot icons dot arrow back rounded. It's like that. Yeah, maybe this will look fine. Yeah, this one. Arrow dot back rounded, and from that I'll choose color. So colors dot black, and icon will be 30. Okay. So this is what an icon will look like inside the row. Now after using this icon, I am going to write a comma, and after this comma, I'm going to add a size box. So size box will be uh, width of height he 0.03 like this. Okay. Now after using this, I'm going to use a custom text. Whatever the text we have created, right? That custom text we are going to use over here. So I'll write custom text. Okay. So inside the custom text, whatever the text is, we are going to take from the user, and size will be 28. Again, so this is the custom text, and then we are going to write expanded, and inside the expanded, I'm going to create a blank container. That means whatever space is left, that will be taken. Okay. Then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create is icon. Okay, so is icon will be a boolean value. That means if is icon is true, then I'm going to create what? I'm going to create uh, gesture detector like this icon dot mail icons dot mail outlined. Okay, so this yeah, and else we need like this. Okay, mails outlined rounded like this, and also I'm going to specify what is this expected to find. I don't know why it's showing us an error, but it should work pretty fine. If this icon is true, then we have to specify like this. Otherwise, it should work. Yeah, no, no, it's not working. Icons. Okay, so let's do one thing. I'll ask is icon. So now, if is icon is true, then we are going to give it like this. Okay, we are going to like icons.search colors.black and size dot something something. But if it's a false, then we are going to specify it like this, a blank container. Okay, so this is what an upper header will look like, right? Now, let's do one thing. Let's quickly create a settings page that we are going to use, right, in the particular code, that settings page that we really needed. So inside this, I'll come right up here and I should get a menu page. Why menu page? Menu page should look like, inside the screens, I'll create a file that is menu page dot dot. Okay, so yeah, menu page dot dot. I'll create a menu page dot dot. Now, inside this, I'm going to import some of the libraries. That is, firstly, I'm going to import package flutter material dot dot like this. Then I'm going to write a stateful widget like this. And inside the stateful widget, I'm going to write menu page dot. Okay, like this, I'm going to call out the menu page. Now, inside this menu page, it's going to return us something. Okay, that is what it's going to give us a menu or column kind of. Okay, so what we need, firstly, I'll keep it like this and I'll go to my homepage. Homepage, no homepage. Let me go to the home page and see hello, hello, and this button is where is this button? This button is in the task model. No, right? It's up here, I guess. Yeah. Uh, uh, home.person, homepage.art. So inside the homepage.art, first of all, it says app bar. So this app bar is where it's that app bar present. I hope so. Yeah. Yeah. Here is the app bar. So inside this app bar, you will see there is an icon, right? Icon button. And on pressed, when I'll click on pressed, it should go on to navigator.push. Okay. So it should go like this, navigation.push or push as context. And inside this, instead of this profile page, I'll write menu page that we have created just now. Yeah. And why it's showing in an error, undefined. Okay, so in this, where this is function, I'll write build context. I'm going to write build context as context. Okay. See, now it won't throw that error to us. Yeah. Over here, I'll just write context like this. Now, if I'll reload, you can see the page has been reloaded. And while clicking here, we have been redirected to this particular file over here, right? Yeah. And let me check. Let me check that whether we have a function called method auto reload. I don't think so. There's is something like this. Yeah. So leave it. Okay, so inside this, you can see we have been redirected to this placeholder over here, which is not that we have to use. So I'll remove this placeholder and instead of that, I'll write a safe area. Inside this safe area, we are going to take on a scaffold like this. And I'll hit reload. So yeah, you can see that we have got a scaffold. Okay, safe area and body which says center into it, but we don't really need this body over here. Inside the scaffold, I'm going to write background colors dot white, and inside the body, I'm going to write a padding because we need a padding over here. And inside the padding, I'm going to write padding as it sets dot all actually. Yeah, I'll say agent 6 dot only, and inside the only, I'm just going to give the padding from left to right. So left should be he dot 0.03 and right should be also he dot 0.03. Yeah, and I'll just remove this constant from here, so it will be fine. He. Yeah, I have to specify that here as well, right? So it's like context he should be media query dot of height and all that like this. And we'll say it as a variable. So variable he like this. Now it's fine. Yeah, you can see it's working fine. Now inside of this, we are going to create a column. Okay, so inside this padding, I'm going to write child, and inside the child, we are going to call out a column. So column will be cross-axis alignment, and cross-axis alignment should be axis alignment dot center. Okay, so cross-axis alignment dot center, and inside the center, I'm going to write a children. Right inside of this, I'm going to write a children. Now inside this children, what we need a list of elements. Like how? Let me check what this is telling over here. Okay, so inside this, I'm going to add on padding. Let's do one thing. Let's add a padding over here. And so I'll write a padding, same padding. Okay, so I'll just copy paste this same code. Okay, and inside this, I am going to write a row. Not a row actually. Okay, but yeah, let's do one thing. Let's call it a row because we are going to create a UI like that. And here, instead of this, I'll write top and bottom. Top and bottom like this, we are going to use it. But reload. As of now, you won't be seeing anything because we have not added anything yet, right? So what I'm going to do here is inside this row, we are going to create a button. Okay, so like how it's going to look like? It's going to look like, firstly, inside this row, I'm going to copy a code which I think so should look like this. Okay, so it will look like this. But inside this row, there are a lot of things that we have to add. So inside this, I'm going to firstly add an expanded. Inside this row, we are going to add an expanded who will be containing all the area. Okay, and also we are going to add a count like closing button. Okay, that will be X button that we were there having there in the back, right? So I'll just add that over here. Wait, I'll show you like this over here. And this main page is nothing but it's just the home page that we have created, right? Yeah, home page. So I'll call it as a home page. Now if I let reload, yeah, you can see this is an X button, which should basically says no material visit found. Okay, so let me go back here and watch my home page. It says my home page. Sorry. Yeah. So now I let it reload, and if I click on this, so yeah, you can see that yeah, we are getting back like this, right? Yeah. So now you can see it, and also maybe I don't know why this always shifts back again and come back, right? So yeah, this looks like it, and if you want, you can even you can go up here and here inside this, as you have seen that we have created it like that. So yeah, there is the widget scaffold. Inside the scaffold, I've created a lot. So yeah, let's do one thing. Let's try to remove that safe area and let's see how it's going to look like. So yeah, remove this widget and it reloads. So yeah, now you can see that it has moved array way more up forward. So I'll have to add this as well. That from top also we need this. So yeah, now you can see that it's working fine. Up top, let's give it a more padding. Yeah. So now you can see that we have got this X button over there. And now after we have got this X button, we have to create one more thing. We have to give some padding from this side as well, which I think so I have given. Like yeah, yeah, now it looks fine. So after this row, we have created this row. After this row, we have to add more things in this. Okay. So now after this row, we are just going to add padding over here a lot. So I'll write it like what? I'll write like size box, which height will be more. Okay, I want really more height. That is 1 3. And right after this height, I'm going to create one more thing. That is text. Not this one. Text will be contact us. Contact us. Contact us like this. Okay, so let's run it. Yeah. So you can see we have got the contact us as well. And let's remove this. Let's increase the text. So I'll hit reload. Yeah. So now you can see that this is how our contact us page looks like, right? So yeah, the contact us page is done. Similarly, we are going to create a lot of pages. How? Okay, so just add a padding over here. Let me just format this. Yeah. Now, right after this text, I'm going to add a size box again. Size box, then text. In the text, I'll be using settings or help maybe like this about us. And similarly, a little more spacing and terms and conditions if you want, then a little more, then settings. Okay, so I'll write text, settings. Okay, so it will look like settings. Yeah. Instead of terms and conditions, I'll write here as help. Okay. Contact us, settings, help, and the fifth and the last option should be quit. Size box. and I'll write a text log out. Okay. So this will do what is it will log us out. Okay. So what this last one will do on tab, we should just, system navigator.pop. I'll add it right here on as well. So it's like wrap with a widget gesture detector. And whenever this gesture has been detected, I'll write on tab inside this tapping, I'll write a function. What function? That is system navigator dot pop. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. If I'll hit reload like this, firstly let me do what is let me do like this. Right now I'll go here, and if I click on logout, you can see that our app has been closed down. Right. So this is what our system navigator.pop does. It basically, pops us out. So yeah, now you can see that we have created 4 pages, right? About us, health, and settings and all. If you want, you can remove this about us from here. I'll do what I'll remove this about us page. Okay, so yeah, start debugging like this. I'll just debug again. So now we have to do what? We have to create multiple pages. So let's start with the settings page. So I'll hit on and I'll write settings product. Okay, so settings product like this. I'm going to create a settings page. So inside this settings.dart page, I'll come up here. Okay. And here inside this, I'll write import package flutter material.dart like this. Okay. Now inside the settings page, what I am going to do here is I'm going to write down some details like what exactly we need in the settings page, right? So for that, I'll go to the settings page. Okay. Yeah, right about here. So inside the settings page, we need some of the data to look like this. How? Wait, I'll show you. I have created the page right over here, and I'll just, paste it like this. This is not existing as of now, so our page is also not there. So I made it like control. Now it's fine. And considering this, I will this out. Okay, so yeah. Now after removing this out, I'll import it like this. And yeah, now you can see that everything is working fine. I'll just reload it, and let's quickly go to this menu page, and we'll redirect the settings here. Okay, so inside this text, okay, inside this text, I'm going to wrap with widget. I'll name the widget as gesture detector, and I'll name it as on tap. So on tap, inside on tap, I'm going to write it like system navigator. I'll write navigator dot push replacement push. Inside this push, I'm going to write it settings page that we have created over there. Okay, so let me do like this. So on tap, inside this on tap, we have to write like this. I forgot to actually write. Like now I'm writing navigator, navigator, navigator dot push. Inside the push, I'm going to write context, and inside this, I'm going to write settings page. Okay. Yeah. And what it says here, it says that it was supposed to find a semicolon, which I have given it, then closing commas. Yeah. So now if I reload the page, okay, and I'll click on this button, and if I click on the settings, so you can see that we have got a settings page. Now let me quickly go up here and tell you what exactly we have done in the settings page, because it would have taken a lot of time if I would have write it. That's the reason why I have just copy pasted the code. First of all, the thing which you will see up here is we have created a column. Okay. Right inside this column, we have created this container. Okay. This container goes all the way till down here. Okay. So if I'll just, remove that container, it will go, yeah, like this. So what we have done here is we have firstly taken this upper header, the upper header which we created. So I have written as settings should be false. Oh, the text should be settings. And also I have written here I have written that what we have to do here is we have to say context false. And if I click back, it should take me here. Like this, you can see page means constant menu page. Menu page is the page that we have created here, like this. And now, and after this, we have given some height, space, and after that, we have created a container whose decoration is like this. Okay, and we have given padding also for some, like if I'll if I'll increase this padding a lot, then you will be able to see that this border will be increased a lot more, right? That's why we have given some padding, and it is visible over there, right? Yeah. So after this, what I have done here is I have written a container. Inside this, I have created another container whose color is gray 100. Let's give it a gray 100 so that it should look more white. And then I have given a padding, which will give us the padding. And then inside this, we have created a row whose who's having a container, and that container has icon. Okay, that icon is workspace highlighted, like a workspace. This one. This is the icon that we have stored in this. And also we have a sized box over here. Okay, so a sized box is also in this. And now after this, we have created a column which will be having all these things in it. So a column in which we have rows. Okay. So now we have custom text, and we have created a text called task. And after this, we have written another thing that is unlock more functionalities and features and all sorts of things. Yeah. Now after writing this, what we have done here is we have given another height, and then we have just started to write row is sound. Is sound is what I have declared some of the booleans over it. Let's see, is switched true or is sound true, like this. So if I click on this, the initial value of this is true. That means it's by default on. And what I have done here is I have written a condition that if is sound equals to true, then we have to write volume up outline. But if it's not, then we have to show volume off, like this. If I'll hit volume off, if I'll hit back, volume on, like this. Okay. And we have named it as size. So in the row, firstly we have given condition, then I have given a text. After that I have given an expanded. Expanded means it will take all the spaces inside of it. And then we have given a Cupertino that has the value is sound that we have seen over there. And on changed, the value should be changed, like this. Now after this, we have given a sized box, and the same procedure goes again for notification, like this. You can see the notification is up, owning off, and owning off, like that. So on notification is also done. Now after writing this notification, we have given one more thing, that is privacy. So we have given a lock, and privacy, it's written over here. Similarly, about app, And there is one more thing called help and support. So that is what it's going to look like. And if I'll click on sign out over here, it should technically redirect me somewhere, but I have, commented out all the data and all. So yeah, this is what it looks like. Now we have to create each and every individual page for privacy, security, about app, help and support, and all like that. Okay, like this. And inside this, we have to even create a contact us page, help page, and a logout function if you need. Okay, so let me just go back up here. And inside this, what we have in the help page, we have about few things, right? So inside this privacy security, you just have to add on some text. Okay. What I'll do here is I'll create a page in this and I'll name it as privacy privacy security. Okay, so privacy security dot like this. I have created a page called privacy security dot. Inside this privacy security dot, I'm going to write import, then I'm going to write package flutter material dot. Okay, then I even need an upper header over here. So I'll write import upper header if I remember it. Yeah, upper header is there. Yeah, this upper header dot I need. So I have to name it like package package like this. So I write package. Now let's do one thing. Import package. Then I'll write TMS. Then inside TMS, where we have in the components, right? In the components, let upper header dot. Okay. And we even need settings page dot. So I'll write import. After this, I write import. Import, I'll write package. Then I'll write TMS. Now, right after this TMS, we have where we have settings, we have in the screens, right? So in the screen, we have settings dot. Okay, so yeah, this is what we have to import over here. Now I'll create a stateful widget again. So I'll write stateful. Inside the stateful, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to write privacy security. Okay, so privacy security dot. So yeah, now we have privacy security in this. Now after this, what we have to do here is we have to firstly declare a variable. Okay, variable will be he like this, and inside this, instead of placeholder, I am going to write a scaffold. Okay, that scaffold will be having what? Colors dot white. So background color should be colors dot white. Okay. And now what I have to do here is I have to write over here inside an app bar. Inside an app bar, I'm going to use upper header privacy security like this. So upper header should be UPP GDR. So where it's the upper header in this. So I have to call here upper header. Text will be privacy security. Context is icon, and icon should be what? Uh, icon should be declared it as pause, and also page should be redirected to settings page, right? So I need settings page like this. Why string as an error? Argument type which it cannot be assigned with the parameter type preferred size widget. Okay, so what we have no, it's like it won't work like that way. Instead of this, I can have class now. So yeah, let's do one thing. Instead of putting it this into an app bar, I'll just put this inside where I'll do what I'll write body. Inside the body, I'll do what I'll write a safe area. Now inside the safe area, I'll again add a child, and in that child, I'll again add a scaffold. Okay, so yeah, this is what it's going to look like. So child, safe area, inside safe area, we have scaffold, and inside the scaffold, we are even specifying the color as well. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to write body. Inside the body, I'm going to add our padding. Okay, so a padding whose um, credentials will be like this. Okay, so inside this padding, why we need, okay, so inside this child, I'm going to write a column, LUMN. Okay, now what it says is here that I should not do this. Yeah, now it's fine. Inside this column, I'm going to write children. Inside this children, we are going to create a lot of things. So first of all is upper header. So inside this upper header, I'm going to write privacy and security. Okay, so security, privacy and security context is icon should be false because I don't need that icon over here right now, and page should be redirected to settings page. Okay, yeah. So now is it fine? So we have privacy security. Let's go to settings. Inside settings, we have where we have privacy security over here. About app, and here we have privacy security. Okay, yeah. So inside this, going to up here and put privacy security dot data. Okay, so if I reload the page, it will be redirected back. Then I'll click on settings, and setting it have been found. Privacy security dot dot. So you can see that we have got the privacy security page as well over here. So if I hit back, we are getting back. So yeah, privacy security is looking fine. Now, after writing this privacy security, we need a height. Okay, so we need a gap. So I'll write size box. Size box should have a height of 3.35. That means it should be little more, having height. Then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a text. Okay. I'm going to add a text that should be faded over here. Little bit faded. Perhaps it's on, right? Yeah. So inside this text, I'm going to add. Now inside this text, what I'm going to say here is I'm going to say login, login and security. Okay. And let's format it. So inside this login security, we are even going to specify the font size. Font should be bold and also the color. So color should be what it is. Let me check. Yeah. Shade should be 600. That is fine. I'll let reload. So you can see that we are getting it in the center. So in the column, that's the column. I'll write cross axis alignment dot start. So now it will be showing up here, right? Yeah. Now inside this, right after this text, we are going to create a custom option because I can't write the same line of code every single time, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to write widget. Inside this widget, I'm going to write custom option. Custom option. Okay, so custom option. Now right after this custom option, I'm going to write string text. Okay, and icon data. Icon data should be icon and comma. I'll write a function. So function and comma it will be on track. We are going to take these particular, arguments from the user. So what all are these arguments? It should look like this. Exactly. I'll just format the document. So now what it says is, it says gesture detector. Okay. Gesture detector will be having on tap, which will be specifying. Then we have a padding over here, which should be like this. Then row. Inside the row, we have an icon which I'll specify, and that icon should have a color black dot black actually 45. It should be little bit grayish black, like not that deep color black. And after that, I have to give a size box which we have to specify as 15. And then after that, we are going to give us the text. And again, that text should also have black color, black 45. Yeah. So now what I'll do here is I'll come right up here, I'll come right after this text. I'm going to write what? I'm going to firstly give us a height. So I'll give very less height. And right after this sized box, I'm going to write custom options that I have created. So custom options, it should look like this. Okay. So change password, it should look like password like this. I hit reload. And yeah, you can see that we are getting some password over here. So instead of 45, it should look like 56, 54, 54. Yeah, so I'll, sorry, reload, settings, privacy security, password like this. It should look, yeah. Let me check the text color. I'll say, yeah, let's give it an 87. Okay, so we have given the password icon also. Now, similarly, I'll just add three more functionalities over here. Okay. So already we have given the padding from top, so we will be getting padding from top. Right. I'll do what? I'll give more. So I'll specify the padding as 13. So we'll get more gap between them. Right. So let's do one thing. Let's give it 15. After this, instead of this password, I'll change it to my account. And similarly right over here, instead of this I'll write my data. Okay, so like this, my data. And here instead of icons.log I'll write icons.save it. And here I'll keep it as icons.account circle. Okay, so account circle X. I'll then reload. So yeah, you can see that we are getting these sort of options over here. Right, instead of in this as well, if we want, we can even add out that arrow as well. If you need like expanded dot container, then I can add an arrow that should look like this. Yeah, so you can see that we have created this functionality as well in this, right? So I hope you understood whatever we have done. We can even create one more file, which I'll be just quickly copy pasting the code. So it should look like control.delete. So let's delete this. I'll create a file, call it, I don't know why this is giving me that error. So yeah, delete and password dot dart. So inside this password dot dart, I have already created one code, which I'll just put it in that. So I'll write it like, I'll figure it out and I'll paste it. So just one thing that I have to do here is I have to specify and okay, upper header as well and password security as well. So this is done. Then I'll come right up here inside this, my password and function. Where is the function that we are using? Function is not used, right? Function like syntax where is the function. So it's still on tap and inside this gesture. Not this one, password. Right, so yeah, privacy security extract method, no. Privacy security dot dart should be imported, like import package TMS. Inside the TMS, I have screens. Inside the screens, I have password security, so it should be correct. What error it's throwing? It's throwing password security is undefined. Okay, so let me check this. What is the name exactly? Privacy. So I have to go back up there. In that upper header, what is the password name? Change password. Sorry. So upper header should go back to settings page. Upper header should go back to be changed right here in this. Yeah, now it's fine. So I'll go back up here and inside this functionality, why I'm using a function is where this function is used actually. Remove this. One is gone, right? Yeah. So now inside this, if I it like this, we don't have this error over here. Okay. And we can add an icon, right? Icon dot arrow forward. Yeah, we have got the icon over here. Now, inside this, I have to add the code like navigator dot on push and this change password should be imported, right? So let me check where we are getting this error. Okay. So now I'll do what? I'll just reload and let's go back to settings, privacy, and change password. So you can see that we have got the change password, which I have created right here. You can, check out the code from the GitHub repo. So yeah, I'll say day three update. So day three update, and I'll just commit. Yeah, so you can see that all the changes has been uploaded to GitHub. So I hope you understood whatever we have done so far. If you have any sort of doubts and queries, then do comment out. And if you are liking this series, then do like, share, and subscribe to the channel so that you won't miss an upcoming video. And this was pretty much it for this video. I will see you in another one. Till then, see you, have a great day, and bye bye. And yeah, don't forget to follow me on the social media platforms as well. So, bye.